channel. I'm going to start the recording now, and here we go. So microphones off, please. Okay, so this is OET Listening. We're looking at Part A. We're going to do format for people who are new to the exam. Then we'll look at some techniques, and I'll play some games today. I'm not really going to sort of explain all of the techniques. I'm just going to show them to you. Then we'll do a practice mock test. If you're watching on Facebook, that will not be shown. So guys, let's get down to this. Can everyone see this here? This is my writing document. 1 second. Sort of explain all of the techniques. I'm just going to show them to you. Then we'll do a practice mock test. Sorry about that. Can everyone see this document here?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. We're going to start off today by just going through, as I always do, the basic structure of this class. Format, technique. This will be technique, games, and practice. And in terms of format, I'm just going to start by asking, how about Faiza, or if we could have Jasmine? What do we mean by what does the word format mean, please? What does that mean?
Structure.
Structure is one. Anything else, Jasmine? What does format mean? Structure. Yeah. Anyone help us? It means structure. It means organization. It means anyone else? What does format mean? Anyone?
Draft.
The what? Sorry, it's like the shape, I suppose, as well. Now, is there anyone in this class who has never done the OET exam before? Who is like new to the whole thing?
Yeah, I never.
Yes.
So Ahmad, Ezgi, Anna. I know Anna, you're a bit new. Okay, so there's a few. Asif as well. So for these people, we just need to review the basics. All right. What I'm going to do today, though, is get the experienced people to do the teaching for me. Okay, so I want to ask, how about Lucinda? Lucinda, can you tell me a few things about the format of this test? Just tell me some basic things.
Yes, so it's 24 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, question. So it's separated by 12s.
Or questions for each what?
For each audio.
Audio, thank you. And let's have Maria as well. So that was great. I've got 2 from Lucinda. Maria, tell me 2 more things. Or how about Farouk? Tell me 2 things.
Okay.
Eda.
Yep. Each audio time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, so the time of the audio.
Bir şey var.
4 to 6
Biz sabahtan yemek yemeyeceğim.
And the situation is consultation between GP and specialist.
Situation is consultation, and it can be GP or
GP or specialist.
It's not between them, is it?
No. You can with the GP or with the specialist.
So it's patient, GP, patient, and specialist. Yeah, not you said between them. They might get confused.
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
always
Yeah.
the patient and always with a GP or the patient with a specialist. Excellent. Dahlia, can you give me some more details? Ada, can you give me some more details? What's the question type? How about this, everyone? Question type.
Gap fillings.
Yeah, gap filling. What about this? Elif or Dahlia? Ada, put your microphones on, please. You know, Ada, I keep saying your name, Ada, and you're not responding to me. And I did ask for a long time at the start. I said, can you let us know if you can't talk? And now, Ada, we're all waiting. The class is slowed down. And this is why I always ask at the start. We're not guys, are we studying general English for fun? No.
No, we are
studying for an exam. And this is very serious for some people. So please, all you got to do is let us know if you can't talk, and then we won't waste time, these people's time in the class. Ada, can you tell me, please, what's going on? And I'm sorry if I've missed your message.
Alan, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Thank you. Ada.
Okay.
Ada.
I said we have 30 seconds for preparation on the beginning.
Okay, thank you. So 30 seconds for prep. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting because my microphone is sometimes being broken.
Okay, let us know at the start. Just say sometimes my mic doesn't work, and then I won't tell you off. Okay, I'm sorry for telling you off. She's right, isn't she, guys? 30 seconds before we start the audio. Is she right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the listening type, Rishmi, could you say hello? Or if we could try Hussein, what type of listening is it supposed to be testing? What are we doing?
Be talking about the patient, about the medication, maybe about
Am I listening for understanding or for like
Detail.
details?
for details.
More like details, okay. This is where spelling becomes really important because we're not really listening. It's not multiple choice. We're not listening for like a reason, like, oh, try and understand what's going on. We need to write down specific words. Okay, now Farid, can I make spelling mistakes?
If,
Yes.
if phonetically is fine, then it's fine if it's small mistake.
Small mistakes are fine, but the problem is, but anything that confuses the listener, you don't get the marks. Okay, and of course, homonyms, we were talking before class about homonyms where two words have the same sound, but a different spelling and a different meaning. That would be automatic 0 for that, okay? Another problem with this, guys, this thing of spelling. How much time do we have at the end to check our spellings? How much time to check?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
1 and 2 minutes.
Let me just ask Victoria to do this one, because Victoria, I think she knows this. Is it how much time do I have to check my spellings at the end? Victoria.
2 minutes in each section of reading part, paper-based.
So paper-based, 2 minutes?
Yeah, and I guess computer-based is just 1.
It's actually, I think, guys, is it 2, guys?
Yes, I think yes.
I
too.
think it's 2 minutes, yeah.
It's
120
3 minutes.
seconds.
After the whole class,
3 minutes at the
whole
end,
class,
isn't it?
after the we have 2 minutes.
Is it 2 minutes? I thought it was 3 minutes.
It's 120 seconds.
Ah, okay. Computer's completely different, guys. It's 1 minute after part A. Okay. This would be after all 3. So this is the test we're doing. If you're new, Anna or others, this is the situation. 24 questions, 2 audio clips, 12 questions each clip. Is gap fill. There's 4 to 6 minutes. Each audio is 4 or 6 minutes long. You're listening for details, so you don't really have to understand what's happening. You just need to make sure you don't miss something. Okay, you've got 30 seconds to prepare at the start, and spelling is important. That's probably the biggest problem I always hear is spelling. For example, does anyone here have problems with spelling?
Yes, I have one problem: singular and plural. That's important. As for example, headaches.
I think a lot of students worry here. Okay.
Medications, palpitations.
Now, Farid, guys, what happens if I get a very big word answer? Should I try and write that in the exam?
No.
No. Maybe
Right.
in our language. Maybe make notes.
Guys, use note form.
It's contracts form.
Later. Okay. So you could even write in your own language. If it's very long, you could just write in your own language. Let's imagine this is some kind of language. Later on, you come back and you change it. Remember, you have time at the end to change your spellings. Okay.
Can we write UTI, for example, urinary tract infection, and instead we write UTI?
What do we think, guys? Can we write UTI? Everyone, yes or no?
If the listener says
If they say UTI, yes.
If they say it, you can write it.
Yeah.
But if you wanted, Khalid, if he didn't say it, you could write it down and then change it at the end. Okay, and I guess that's the point. Key thing here, guys. When you're in this exam, like this, don't miss a question because you're still writing down the previous one. Okay, don't miss number 5 because you're writing number 4. But it's stupid, isn't it, to miss things just because you are writing slowly. Okay, now this is the format of the test. Does anyone have any questions about the basics? Put your hand up, don't shout out, please. If you have any doubts or worries. Okay, well, what I want to do now is talk a little bit. Oh, yeah, go on, Victoria, please.
Regarding the pencil, can we paint, like, can we underline the keywords in the task?
Yes, the only time you can't write, in paper-based, there's only one time you can't write anything down, Victoria, and it's the writing at the beginning for 5 minutes. Every other time in the test, you're welcome to write on the paper. Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Great question. Mithila? Mithila?
Yeah,
You haven't spoken before. Yeah, go on.
hello. Can I use abbreviations for the blank?
Yeah, now this is what Khalid was just saying. So we could, according to OET, apparently, we should write what they say. If they say an abbreviation, you can write it. If not, don't write it.
For example, shortness of breathing, can I write SOB?
If they say it, you can.
No.
If they don't say it, you can't.
Sorry, Ellen, it means that if they mention UTI, we just write or UTI, or you have to change it to urinary tract infection.
Yeah. So guys, so just to go through this again.
Yeah, sorry.
You have 2 minutes at the end, and you can change your answers. So what I would do for SOB, if it was me, I would write down SOB, and then later on, I would come back and change it. I have 2 minutes at the end of my paper test to change that.
Yeah, I got this one, but my question is, if the audio say UTI, should we write UTI?
Yes.
I'll say it again. You didn't get it. So if they say it, you can write it. That's what
Okay. Because sometimes I write all of them because I'm afraid maybe it's wrong. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
This is what we've been told. Okay, I'll let you know if I hear anything different, but this is what we've had from the exam. Okay, Ada or Merve, go on.
And then on the audio, when they mention the abbreviation, can we also write the long one on paper?
You can if you want, but why would you do that?
Do they accept?
You can if you want. So the answer is yes, but don't do
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of taking a risk. Okay.
Well, because the problem is you could spell it badly. You might get a bad spelling, and also you want to get ready for the next one, right?
Okay.
One of the big problems here, guys, is when the answers come quickly together. I find that difficult, and I'm a native speaker, so you must also find it difficult when 2 answers come quickly. Okay, so we're going to practice in a minute, and you'll see examples of this. Merve, go on.
Yeah, I have a question as well. Sometimes I'm worried about some kind of specialist, for example, eye specialist or the dermatologist. Some words are not really common, and even if I am practicing some practice sets, sometimes I cannot get the some words from somewhere else. So, is there any word to this for this kind of specialist or something like that?
We have a list. We have a list on our website of vocab that you can study. So I would go and check that out. Go to topics in the menu, and then go to listening, and then look down on that page, and you will see something like spelling list. Okay, so on our website, at the top, topics, then listening, then spelling lists. There is some some vocabulary there that you might not know. So just go
Okay.
through, it's like 6 pages, but go through it and find things that you don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Actually, I found it, but I wonder if there is some kind of special list for the specialist, you know, like dermatologist or
There isn't, I'm
this.
afraid, there isn't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
It's
Thank
not, Merve, it's not normally that bad. You might get 1 or 2 technical words, but it's not normally like very technical. Okay. All right, now, guys, what I want to do now is play some games with you. Okay, but they're like technique games. Okay, so is that okay with everyone if we play some technique games? What do I mean by technique? But what does it mean, Jasmine, technique? Matteo, what is technique?
The way we do.
Method, way of doing it, okay? So guys, I just want you to play these listening games with me now. Do the games with me. And each one, there's a kind of reason why I'm doing it like this, okay? So this is game number 1. All I want you guys to do in game number 1 is write down the key points. Does everyone have a pencil?
Yes.
Yes.
You can check your spellings as well. Okay, so let's imagine this is an exam. This is the medical history. This is the notes here. These are the gaps. I'm going to say some things and I want you guys to write down. Okay, here we go. I prepared this already, so let me just get this ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, doctor. Hi there. So basically, I was first diagnosed with stress and depression, but actually then it was changed after I changed doctor to diabetes. And as well as that, I've been given lots of insulin, and then they gave me a pen so I could inject myself with the insulin. So that's been obviously a big lifestyle change for me. And I've done a lot of counseling because obviously this is something that I'm really worried about and I just don't feel very good about it. Also, my wife is very stressed and my children, they're having problems in school. Okay, so Anna, Ahmet, could you guys say hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
What was the first thing?
The first thing was stress and depression.
Stress? Was it stress?
And depression?
Anxiety, stress symptoms.
Diabetes.
Okay, what was the second thing? What was
Depression.
Depression?
Depression.
What was the third thing?
Diabetes.
Yeah.
What was the fourth thing?
Your wife
Sleeplessness.
Sleeplessness.
Lifestyle changes.
It was pen. It was pen.
Yes.
What was the fifth thing?
Counseling.
Lifestyle change.
Problem with school, I think.
Life change.
I'm doing this game just to show you that really it's a stupid game, isn't it? The game 1 is stupid. Why is it stupid?
No signpost.
There is
no
no
any-
clues, so we don't know what we need to write down.
Thank you, Naz, right? I said many important things, more than 4 things, definitely more than 4. And actually, I don't have stress or depression. That was misdiagnosed.
Yes.
Right? It's just diabetes. So is the exam like this? No, right? And this is my first point. In OET, they will always say something like this, diagnosed with, right? And then they'll be like prescribed with, and then they might say provided, okay? And then they might say underwent. These words, we really need them, don't we? The words help us to know already what we need to write down. And this is what I call the category. If you didn't have these words, you wouldn't be able to know, okay, what's actually important. Okay, so if I say diagnosed with, now we can all say this would be some kind of condition, right? What was my condition? What did I say?
Diabetes.
I was not diagnosed. It was a misdiagnosis, the other one. What was I prescribed with?
Insulin. Injected with insulin.
A medication, right? So predicting categories is what most students do at the start of the exam. How much time do I have before the exam starts?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
So in those 30 seconds, the first thing we always try to do is we try to predict categories, okay? There are only about 10. It's always the same ones, isn't it, guys? It's always the same. And you can guess them. For example, if I say here, provided by hospital or clinic.
Equipment.
Yeah, who said that?
Me.
Exactly. Naz. And underwent, can anyone guess this? Underwent?
Surgery, like
Operation.
Operation.
Some kind of action, right? So we need to be guessing categories, and we'll practice that today. It's very easy, really. I think it's easy. But one thing that most students don't realize is that sometimes they say things like this. He had a blank headache. This is something that most students will not understand until you explain it. What's the category here, Ada?
Description.
Description.
Yeah, this is a special category.
Oh, yes.
Description of. It's special because we're not listening for something, right? We're listening for details about, right? So a description is usually an adjective, but it could be nouns as well. But it's describing what in this example, what is it going to describe, guys?
Headache.
Headache, right? So in your exam, you're going to listen and think, okay, what does Alan say? What does Alan say about the headache? Okay. So categories is a key technique that we always teach, and today will be no different. We're going to practice predicting the categories, and then we're going to do a mock test. Okay. Okay, game 2. We're going to do another game. Is everyone ready for game 2?
Yes.
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 Now in this game it's better, right? Because we have this. Okay. So I just want you guys to listen to me and just get the answers. All right. So is everyone ready?
Yes.
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 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, doctor. Thanks for seeing me. So yes, I've had all these problems, and it all started with my first doctor who diagnosed me with depression and anxiety, but actually it wasn't. When I changed doctor, he got the correct diagnosis, which was diabetes. Insulin was then prescribed, and then after that I was given a pen, and then I received some counselling. So I'm very happy now, and I'm really looking forward to the future. Okay, what was the first answer?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Insulin.
Was that one easy? The first one?
Yes.
A little
No.
bit tricky, but yeah.
It was tricky.
You were very fast.
Okay, good. Now you knew what was coming though, right? You knew that it was going to be a condition. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me just test someone for number 2. Aisha, Bibi, what was number 2?
Insulin.
Again, was it easier now that we had the categories? Was it easier?
Yes, medication.
Right. There was no confusion like the previous one.
Pronunciation was like UI, like insulin, like you said. The pronunciation was quite different.
Okay, this is good. What about the final 2 though? I don't know if I did this well enough, but did anyone have difficulty with the final 2?
Yes, without signposting it
I
was
have.
Yeah.
And this is my point, Victoria. So let's just test someone. Chandimali, did you get the third one? Just Chandimali, please.
Pen.
Go on. Pen? What do we think, guys? Yeah?
It was
It was pen, but people were not sure. Some people seems like are not sure here. Elif or Dahlia, can you say hello? Or Maria, Michelle, what was the final one? Mensura.
Maybe insulin.
It's hard, isn't it? Maybe they don't know, okay? And the reason why it was hard, Victoria, tell us, why was it hard?
Because without signposting, we're just you give all the information together, and we don't have a time.
I just went straight like bang, 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 bang. I hardly stopped, right? That doesn't happen in OET. If they did that in OET, the exam would be so difficult. So what they do is, as Victoria is saying, they make signposts. They make things that that show you where you are. Okay. So Victoria, can we make a signpost here that will make this one more easy? Give me an example of just anything, please.
Can you help me with using pen?
Yeah, so nurse helped with using the equipment. Okay. Okay, let's do this one again, guys. I'm going to change the answers. Maybe for this one, I'll keep these two the same. Okay, but guys, tell me what I say here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, doctor. Nice to see you. So, yeah, basically, previously, my first doctor misdiagnosed me with stress and depression, but actually, it turned out to be type 2 diabetes. So that was kind of a relief in a way. And then insulin was prescribed, which was really great. And then, to be honest, I was able to manage my condition with the insulin that was provided. And, you know, a nurse was really helpful. She showed me how to use the equipment. And also I've had counseling because that's been a real difficulty for me. Okay, now what was the answer?
Counseling.
It's easy now, isn't it? Counseling.
Counseling.
And the reason it was easier, maybe you got it originally, is because of the signpost. Okay, so in the exam, always look for these things called signposts and always try to think, okay, that's really going to help me. That's going to help me for this one. Okay, it's a very simple point, but there's a rule that not everyone realizes. Michelle, could you tell me what the signpost rule is? Signpost rule.
I cannot talk.
No problem. Lucinda?
Yes,
The rule here, or Akua? What's the rule? Mustafa?
There's a good signpost and bad signpost, I think.
Yeah, so a good signpost.
Yeah, good signpost is come before the gap. It can before the sentences in a line, we can see it.
I'm going to say it's on a separate line, okay?
Yeah, separate line. Yes, definitely.
Sounds like you know what I'm talking about. Does that make sense, everyone? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we say the same thing, okay? Don't rely on prescribed, for example. That's not a signpost. Did I say prescribed first or second? Do you remember?
Yeah, second.
The insulin was prescribed.
Yeah.
So signposts, do they come before or after the answer?
Before.
Right? That's why they're useful. So remember, it's a very, very simple point. Look for signposts when you're doing the exam, okay? Look for categories, look for signposts. Okay,
paraphrasing is also a big thing which sometimes helpful. Like, for example, instead of 7 days, they use a week, or instead of these things also confuse sometimes. Like
exactly, but we can't really predict what they're going to paraphrase. We don't know. I'm just talking about how do we prepare for the test? Those 30 seconds. What do you do inside those 30 seconds? They will paraphrase it, but you don't know what it will be.
Yes.
How do you prepare? Well, you think about categories, and you think about things that will not change. Even though they might paraphrase this, they will definitely say equipment, for example, okay? And they'll definitely say the word nurse. So even if there's a paraphrase, the signpost, the job of that from OET is to show you where you are. Kelly, they're not going to give a paraphrase which is really crazy and difficult, okay? It's the same with part C listening. They give you signposts and they're not difficult signposts, okay? All right, next game number 3. Everyone ready for game number 3?
Yes.
Hopefully game number 3 will be more like the test now, okay? So we have 5 possible answers, and I'm going to change the answers now, okay? So I'm going to, 1 second. I hope my my medical knowledge is good enough here. 1 second, let's say. Okay, and then I'm going to say, okay, now. Is everyone ready? So I've written down these answers. There really is going to be a correct answer here. I've written them down. It's not going to be diabetes. So let's see if you can get the answer. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, hello, doctor. Thanks for seeing me today. So in terms of my medical history, you can see there that there's been a lot of issues. There was the hypertension that I was diagnosed with. So that's obviously been something that's been very important. And, you know, the beta blockers that I was given are really something that have been quite useful. And then, of course, I think this is like a standard thing these days, but sort of lifestyle advice was provided. And that was really helpful for me. And then, you know, I really couldn't cope with a lot of the sort of other things going on in my life. I've got a very stressful job at work. So basically some counselling has been received recently. And as well as that, I work as, I didn't mention, I work as an IT professional. And on the weekends, I work in a bar. Okay, let me test one of you. Chandi Mali, can you say hello? Shahjahan, can you say hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, what was the condition?
Hypertension.
Hypertension. And I don't know the spelling. Should it be this one or the other one?
Hypo.
This one.
Yeah.
Hypertension.
You tell me based upon the medication.
PNS.
You tell me. I know there's both, right? So hypertension. Right. What was the medication, everyone?
Beta blocker.
Beta
Beta
blockers.
blocker.
Beta blockers.
Is that for hypertension or hypertension?
Hypertension.
Hypertension.
Oh.
Hypertension.
Okay. What was Fio? Can you say hello? Or Rita? Or Naz? Did you get this one?
I didn't get that one, Ella.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle
Lifestyle advice.
Advice. Okay. Why was that one difficult?
Wasn't difficult.
It wasn't difficult.
One person, it was at least difficult for one. The reason is the category is not clear, is it? It's difficult to guess the category. Provided. What's the category? Could be medication. Could be anything, right? When the category is not clear, those ones are the most difficult ones. Okay. All right. What was the answer for this one?
Counseling.
So I used the same word from last time, and
no, it's ing form. Counseling.
Counseling.
Has been counseling. Farouk, how do I spell it? C-O?
Yeah. N. Sorry.
N. Yeah.
C-O-N. Yeah.
Just Farouk.
S. Yeah. S.
Is it S? Yeah, I think she's right.
L.
E-L.
I-N-G.
Is that right, guys?
Double L.
Double L.
Double it. Yeah, you can double it. Sorry.
But this is a word, like we were talking about this at the start. If you don't know what that means, it's very hard to spell it, isn't it? If you don't actually know what it is. What is counseling? What is counseling? Anyone?
Like mental health, for example, you go to the mental health therapist, yeah, CBT.
Take advice.
It's okay to have lots of different answers.
And guidance to resolving problem.
I mean, yeah, it's guidance. Okay, so look, one might be, you might say therapy, but therapy is basically the same idea, but it's stronger. Therapy is quite strong counseling. Counseling, as you say, Khalid, you go and you talk about your problems with someone. Okay, maybe you get some advice. Was there any signposting here, guys? Was there any signposting?
No.
No.
So again, it was a little bit more difficult because if I had put a signpost here, I think you would have found this one easier. And if I had put a signpost here, I think it would have been easier to get counseling. Okay. All right. Final thing. Naz, Mustafa, what's the answer for this?
IT engineer.
IT profession.
No, it works in a bar.
IT
In
professional.
It works in a bar. Is
No.
it? Is it, or is it IT professional?
At the weekend.
He works in weekends at the bar.
IT profession.
In a bar, in a bar.
The answer is it's both. Okay. Okay. It happens in OET a lot. You will see this a lot in OET. There's two possible answers, and you only should write down one. How do I know which one? Rita, Rishmi, Victoria, how do I know? Is it this one or is it this one? In OET, how do I know? Victoria.
We have article on the beginning of the sentence, so it will be IT professional.
Ah, okay. Well, let's say this is gone. Not now. Because you could say a barman, I suppose. What about now? If I delete a?
Mainly he works as IT professional, so I would choose this because there are not question.
Well, the reason it's kind of a trick question. I'm tricking you, Victoria. The answer is that they will always put something like this. They will always put something like that there. Okay. I call this, this is for me, my name for this is, guys, what do I call this?
Selector.
Selector word, okay. And the reason that's there is to make sure that you choose the right one.
And then bartender, if it's like work as a bartender, ER, so it is also like maybe okay.
Well, actually, you need to be careful. I think the rule is you write down what they say only, okay? But here's something they will often do. Sometimes it might be like this, okay? So the answer is works in a bar, whatever. That doesn't make sense, does it? I didn't do it very well, okay? But the point is, let's say we write down bartender here, okay? Whatever. The selector word is weekend. Did I say at the weekend? Did I say at the weekend?
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
So that was easy, but I might say something like on Saturday and Sunday, right? Is it still the answer, bartender?
Yeah.
Yes.
Weekend.
Okay. Now, but here's what they offer, Victoria. This is what I see most often. What they will do is they will take the second one and they will paraphrase the second option. Does that make sense? So they'll say, works as a bartender, and they'll say, and IT professional. Can anyone think of a way to paraphrase this? Can we change it?
IT profession.
Information technology, maybe manager. You could change it, right?
On weekdays, I think like a weekend and weekdays. So, for example, on weekdays.
I'm not being very clear. Let me show you again. Okay, let's listen again to this. Okay. So let's. I'm going to put here IT professional. Okay, listen to this. And in terms of what I do, my job, Doctor, well, I work on the weekend as a bartender, and I'm also working in technology. I work for a startup. Okay, what's the answer?
Bartender.
It's bartender. Did I say I was also, did I say that?
Yes.
No.
In different
No,
places.
startup you.
No, I paraphrased it. I paraphrased it. I said I work for a tech company, whatever, right? So my point is, guys, they're going to take the second option and paraphrase it. Does that make sense? You see this very often. I'll give you another example. Okay, let's say I bought blank and okay. So listen to this. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, on the weekend I bought 10, and then I also bought a dozen. Okay, what are the two answers?
10 and dozen.
10 and dozen.
Now,
Yes.
what does dozen mean?
12.
12.
So imagine in your exam you see this. I bought, and you've got blank now, right? So, okay, doctor, on the weekend I bought 7 and also a dozen?
Yes.
Answer is?
7.
7 will be 7.
I didn't say 12, did I? I said a dozen. What does a dozen mean?
12.
A dozen is 12, right? So what they will do is they will paraphrase the second option very often. So be careful. Your selector words will be paraphrased.
Yeah, Helen, I have a question. Sorry, I raised my hand. Works as we need the indefinite article here. Hey, so should we put it in an answer or not?
Great question. Normally, I don't think it really matters, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think it matters with the articles too much. They're not really testing that. Okay, now guys, I'm going on for a long time, so let's do a quick test and I'll give you the answers. Is everyone ready to do a quick test?
Yes.
So we're going to do a mock test quickly and then I'll give you the answers because we're running out of time. Let's try and apply these techniques now. All right, so here's the test. Can everyone see this here?